Yo, what is happening, folks? We are at AGC, and welcome to another episode of Gameplay. And obviously, you can see a bit of a change of scenery, a bit of change of furniture, and I'm really excited because I'm going to be at AGC this weekend, and I'll be covering every single game, every bit of action, so that you do not miss out on a single bit of it. And now, coming in this episode, what you expect to see, all you're going to see is we're going to be catching up with some people at the venue, seeing what are their thoughts, how they feel going into this weekend of AGC, and I'll also be showcasing all the action that is to come, and we'll be seeing some champions, both old and new, rising above the rest and showcasing who are the ACGL gaming champions. Without further ado, let's get right into it. So jumping right into things, let's talk about some of the teachers that I had to catch up with coming into the AGC event. Here are their thoughts and feelings as they arrived at the venue and what they can be expecting from this event. It's what they had to say. What is happening, folks? I am joined by one of the coaches, a part of the teams competing at AGC today, and allow me to introduce my guest. How are you doing today? I am fantastic. So just let us know your name. I'm sure you can also tell us the school and what you guys are, have been preparing coming into AGC.
Fantastic. My name is Candice Foch. I'm from Cura Brackenfell. We are the Brackenfell Knights.
Ooh, I love that name.
Oh, thank you so much. We started eSports about a year ago, and we've been practicing every single week, even in the holidays.
Jeez. No rest at all.
No rest, and yeah, we've been practicing very hard for this event, and we're very grateful to be here.
And, as a coach and as a teacher, what were your feelings like as soon as you arrived at the venue and realized, this is actually real, AGC is actually happening?
I was extremely excited. It's something we've really been looking forward to. I think the lands we've been to previously have prepared us a little bit. Even more excited for tomorrow, for the Open. And yeah, it's really amazing to see all the schools coming together. Whereas, we normally compete with them online, so we don't get to put a face to the name. It's really nice to network with all the coaches and to meet all the kids in person. They've been really lovely. The kids are all so fantastic. They're like teaching each other different tricks and trades. It's a really lovely environment.
And it's an entirely different feel from like the Kiro Clash lands, right?
It really is. It's much bigger. It was very smooth. It was no real issues. I felt less stressed because everything was taken care of.
I can understand. So, what are the school's standout goals coming into AGC? What are you guys looking forward to or wanting to see come out once you guys do leave?
So we're really taking this event to learn and to grow. So we didn't come here with the aim to beat everyone. That's not what we're here for. We're here to see the potential out there, to see what we can grow to learn from others. Teamwork's our most important thing. So seeing them communicate together and really work together is the goal of this.
Because at the end of the day, it's not really about always winning. Sometimes you also just need to take these learning curves and learning lessons that you can kind of use to sort of build yourself, right?
And I must say, I'm incredibly proud. One of my learners came first in the solos today, and there are some phenomenal schools out there, like next level schools. I'm very, very proud of them. They've all shown fantastic teamwork and sportsmanship. I couldn't be more proud.
Awesome stuff. But that has been Kiro Brackenfell, and I'm really excited to see who else we'll have joining me on the seat. But thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. Looking forward to the rest of the weekend.
For sure. Catch you in the next one, folks. What is happening, folks? I am joined right now by Johan from the school Hoersmoed. So, let's see what he has to say for us today. How are we doing today?
Hey, lekker. Thank you. Yeah, doing very well. It's been a good day. It's been a good tournament so far, so excited to be here.
Fantastic stuff. So, how long has the school been involved in esports, and what role do you play with that as well?
Great. So, I'm Johan. I'm the organizer for Hoersmoed eSport. And we started eSport at our school in 2021.
Oh, okay. So it's been some time.
Yeah, well, it's been some time. 4 years. Well, we've grown from, I think first year was like 9 learners. We ended last year with like 90 learners participating in different games on a bunch of platforms. So yeah, it's been very exciting.
It's massive. And What has it been like, especially as the organizer for your school? What is the feeling like, when you walked into venue today and you realized that, AGC is actually happening and your boys are competing in it?
Yeah, I must say, setting everything up, I think people take for granted what the organizers do, because we are teachers. Like that's my number one priority at a school. But my love for gaming and my love for kids that, I don't want to say gamers are a bit different, but, we're a bit different, we're
In a
built
way.
different.
In
So,
a way.
so yeah, just organizing the tour. We're from Pretoria. This is our first ever eSport tour. So traveling to
Jeez.
Cape Town with the kids, everyone was so excited. And yeah, just coming here today and seeing the scale of the event, that really blew our mind. That kind of put on the pressure like, hey guys, we're here.
Yeah.
So very exciting.
Fantastic stuff. And you guys are already doing well. I mean, your Rocket League team have been sitting at the top of the log going into the knockout stages. So, what have been the biggest goals for the school coming into to the event?
Yeah, it's a good question. I must say our Rocket League team is incredible this year. Last year we came second at a different event, but at Comic Con we placed second place. So this year was a all or nothing year because my two main players, they're in matric. This is their last year in schooling. So for the school esport, and so I mean we're here to win. At the end of the day, I think that's everyone's idea, and we have a chance. We've got a great team, and the morale is high. So yeah, that's our goal. We here to take it on. So
Fantastic stuff. But, ladies and gentlemen, that has been Johan from Hoërskool Oosmoed. So, let's see what they have in store for us this weekend. I'm very excited.
thank you. Thanks.
Awesome stuff. So as mentioned now, as you can see, the teachers and students are really, really excited coming into this event. And I mean, from my side, I am beyond over the moon about how much action is about to come through. And I'm really excited to be sharing all of that in the weeks to come. But before I get into any of all of that, it's time for gaming opportunities in your area. So even though you've missed out on AGC, now is an opportunity for you to catch up with some of the opportunities that are still to come. So moving into our gaming opportunities, the next Kiro Clash LAN is coming up this October. So I hope you're keeping your eyes peeled because this one is going to be a banger. Please, if you're a school and you're competing, what are you doing, man? Don't miss out on this opportunity, an opportunity for you to be crowned the Kiro Clash LAN champion. So make sure you keep an eye out on the Kiro website or on the ACGR School's website so you don't miss out on this opportunity. Remember, it will be in the beginning of October and announcements will be dropping soon. So it's a bit of a little birdie giving you some information before you miss out on it. And going into the next one, the MTN Shift Gaming Experience is upon us. And now we've had Rosebank, The Glen, Somerset, Clearwater, and Woodlands Mall, and they've been bangers on bangers. Week in, week out, seeing the Shift EASC 24 tournament take place at each mall that leads to a grand final in Cape Town at Canal Walk, which boasts a prize of 35,000 Rand, and alongside all the activities and tournaments to go with it. Now, the Shift Gaming Experience hits Table Bay in Cape Town in a week's time, so opportunity for you to prepare for the next one. Come 9th to 11th of August, make sure you pop in, sign up, and compete in EASC 24, Street Fighter 6, and so much more while taking on the challenges and trying to win multiple spot prizes available. So I hope to be seeing you there at the MTN Shift Gaming Experience brought to you by MTN. Woo, okay, it's about that time. Take a breather, take a short break. You guys know me by now. I'm old, can't do this for too long. But on the other side of this, I have my interview with one of the organizers of the AGC event, and we finally get an idea of what this event is all about and what are the standout goals. So see you on the other side. Hello and welcome back to Gameplay, and now it's time for my interview segment, and join me in welcoming co-founder and owner of ACGL, Nick Holden. How are we doing today, good sir?
Yeah, we're keeping good, Skara. I mean, being able to see some fantastic gameplay here today.
Fantastic stuff. So, I mean, it's been ringing in the ears of so many people, and I've been saying it time and time and again, AGC, What exactly is AGC for those that are still maybe not aware?
So AGC is all just about spotlighting the players in South Africa that you might not be that familiar with yet. We want to put them in the light. AGC is all about bringing schools, universities, and the public together in one event under one roof to be able to compete for prize pool, but to compete for your community, to be able to compete for your school, your university, and ultimately that number one prize.
It's fantastic. And I mean, I feel like maybe a bit of that has been achieved because a few players have been even mentioning, I mean, the pro players, that they didn't get the opportunity to represent their schools at this level. So is that maybe one of the bigger goals that you've been kind of looking at, is like getting that type of opportunity to show kids that here's your chance to sort of represent your school?
Absolutely. And I think one of the coolest things is that these players are coming out here today for the schools as well. On their side of things, when they've come out on stage, they're like, oh my gosh, my pro player hero is watching me play inside of this environment. They're checking out what I'm up to. It's just so cool to bring these two worlds together. Esports already has lived quite separately in quite a lot of ways, but I think bringing the community together, getting this culture to be able to build, it's one of the big stepping stones for us as far as the esports community as a whole. And it's, I can't say that these stories, every single time I get blown away by the stories that I just hear from the players themselves, just to be able to have this opportunity.
And what sort of preparation goes into this kind of event? I mean, there surely is a lot that goes into it. So what has it been like getting AGC together, the concepts, getting, partners and brands to believe in the vision for this sort of initiative that you brought alive?
Yeah, well, it takes a lot. It takes a lot of work, a lot of time, but thankfully I'm supported by an amazing team in terms of the ACGL crew. Getting sponsors on board. To be honest, we didn't reach out to too many sponsors. We actually kept it within a tight-knit group, and they jumped on board, and it really speaks a testament in terms of the amount of trust that they place in us in terms of esport as a whole. So from that side, it's taken a lot of work. There's still a lot of work to be done in terms of where we want to take this. So all I can say is that the hard work never stops.
No rest for the wicked. But I mean, speaking on that, what have been sort of the standout goals for AGC, and what have you sort of as a team been hoping to see come from this whole event as an entirety?
So starting a story or starting a narrative is quite tricky when it comes down to build the heroes of tomorrow, because that's ultimately our goal, is that we want to be able to build these heroes. That's why when it came down to even just doing something as simple as bringing our graphic designer in with a photographer to be able to make posters, it sounds like a simple thing, but when it comes down to these players, it means the world that they get to be able to see themselves in that spotlight. Building heroes, making people feel connected, and making essentially this journey one that they can see themselves coming back to year on year has been what this is about. This is, by all means, for especially the first year, just being able to put our footprint in terms of being able to take the next step forward. That's been the most important thing for AGC.
So is this sort of your look on trying to bring a bit more stability and consistency for the space going forward?
Absolutely. I think tournament calendars across the board when it comes down to esports are so fragmented that there's no real opportunity that we can always look to every single year. There's no guarantee. I want AGC to be that guarantee that you see every year, and it's just about esports. It's not about promotion. It's not about a marketing activity. It is about you guys being able to commit to a calendar, commit to being able to play, and know that you're going to have your chance to be on stage, to be seen. That's the most important thing about this event.
So it's in a sense you guys looking to maybe create the culture that we maybe see overseas? Is that what you're kind of gunning for, especially at the grassroots levels of high school and university?
Absolutely. I think culture is something that we know exists in esports, but we're not always around one another to be able to share it. So this is a stepping stone for culture, but the biggest thing that I want to be able to see is that I recently had the opportunity to actually go over to UK around about 3 weeks ago for the RLCS major, and being able to hear the French supporters coming in with their drums and singing songs, and they come from almost a footballing background, and they translated that culture into Rocket League, which was amazing to hear the sing songs and to hear everybody get together. And to be honest, when it comes down to schools, that's what they actually have. They've got that sing-song culture, like all boys schools, all girls schools, and they do these amazing like sing-alongs together. That's what we also want to be able to start evolving in terms of esports, and how can we impress that culture into the rest of the public esports in South Africa. So hopefully when South Africa has an event or an opportunity, we can start making noise just like the French did at that RLCS major.
Most definitely. So after all is said and done, once this weekend has concluded, what's the next step forward, especially if you want to sort of maintain the wave of momentum that you kind of created with such a massive event? You know, what are the plans in mind of ACGL or the partners involved of what step to take for ASL or for the university space?
So getting out the next date almost as soon as possible is going to be vitally important. We're looking to be able to announce that around about September time, just to be able to get some guarantees. But like any kind of game that we've played in the past, the first step is to be able to review the VODs.
Yeah.
We need to be able to see what went right, what went wrong, what can we do to be able to update this and make it even better for the next one. And there's already a lot of stuff. I mean, our admins are taking notes in terms of things that they want to be able to improve on the next one. Our broadcast is already taking note. There's so many things to be able to improve. And that's the one thing I love about this game in terms of esports as a whole. We're really trying to pioneer and push things in our own rights in terms of the space. This hasn't been done. No event has been hosted with schools, universities, and public all in one space, under one roof, with this agenda. So it's all about reviewing and improving, man, because at the moment, your biggest competition is yourself, and we're trying to push ourselves every step of the way.
It's so beautiful to see that this event is sort of encapsulating that we want to grow as a community, right? You guys have aimed at connecting the communities together and making sure everyone can be under one roof and compete, but grow together, network. And what I love to hear is that, are we potentially seeing that AGC needs to be marked on your calendar every year going forward?
Absolutely.
As the vision?
Absolutely. We want a new crown every single year. We want people to be able to walk through into the next venue for next year with that in mind of, I'm walking past Zaid April, who just got the crown. I want to walk past our next champions time and time again. And I don't just want to walk past. I want to grab that crown for myself. So that's vitally important. We also want to be able to give these players the opportunity to feel like, you know what, I'm the best for this year because I won AGC.
Yeah.
But also further than that, I do want AGC to be a launching pillar for players to potentially bridge that to their next big opportunity too on the international scene. A lot of work is still going to be required on that side, but hey, I think A might have to stand for ambitious in ACGL.
For sure. I mean, cities aren't built over time, so, I mean, overnight, but you guys are putting in the work, and slowly but surely you're getting there, you're achieving your standout goals, and one day we'll get there, and one day it'll be achieved.
Yeah, one day we will do indeed. But yeah, Skara, got to say that it's great also to have you guys here. I got to say a big shout out to the Supersport Schools team across the board, being able to come through and just provide coverage. You guys quite often always talk about being able to put a spotlight on the players, and that's exactly what you're doing here today. So thank you to you and the team as well.
It's my pleasure. It's been great covering this entire event, and we're excited to see more because, I mean, the growth has only started, and we are really just happy to be a part of this renaissance of what is the new generation for esports in South Africa.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fantastic. But ladies and gentlemen, that has been our time. Thank you so much for joining us on this show. And Nick, thank you so much for joining. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much, Skara. I really do appreciate it.
Fantastic stuff.
Cool.
All right, that's going to be the episode for Gameplay. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. I really hope to see you in the next one. Remember, same time, same place next week. So take care. Stay safe, gamers. I've been Skara. This has been Gameplay, and we'll see you in the next one. GG's, gamers.